Welcome to the PainTalks Podcast, another episode today. Today we have some serious drip. You know, we have in my opinion, if not the number one calisthenics in London, the number one calisthenics athlete in the whole of the UK. Please come down to, of course, to share some love. Of course, bro, thank you for pulling up today. We're really excited to have you on. Obviously, first of all, you got to introduce yourself as well, bro.
Yeah, guys, I'm Jacob Hanif. You probably know me from either TikTok or Instagram. I'm national calisthenics champion.
Big trip.
Also, I'm a bit of a nerd as well. I'm a biochemist. Have like a very scientific approach to training.
So just lead us like how you got into just working out in general.
Yeah, so like I started actually really early. Like I started when I was around 10 years old. Like, but not calisthenics. Like I was just doing 10-minute ab workouts, like push-ups in my room. Because I was kind of, at the point where you're like skinny fat, right?
Yeah. That young kid boy. I know.
Yeah, it's like everyone says, "Oh, they say to me, you've got great genetics." But like, I look at my old pictures and I'm just like, I had no muscle. My wrists were skinny. My ankles were skinny. Like, and I was fat at the same time. And then
but you were 10 years old. Though.
Exactly. I mean, I got bullied a bit at school as well for it. So like, I was always kind of like a little bit shorter than everyone, a little bit smaller than everyone. And I just joined a new school, right? I left my best mates at my old school, right? So then obviously it was a bit difficult. But then I was like, fuck this. So I started training really hard. Yeah. And basically from there, I just started like getting slowly stronger and stronger, realizing that I had a bit of a talent for like body weight stuff. I was also doing a bit of weights as well, but it was more like focused on like, just push-ups, pull-ups, dips.
Standards.
And then I was like, oh, what's this? A muscle up. So I just tried it. Almost got it. I couldn't do it.
Your first try?
My first try. I was maybe like 13, 14. And
muscle ups at 13.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So that was your intro to it then, yeah? You're nice. You're young in that. You're at 10 years old. You're kicking in.
Yeah.
How do you get to the point now where you're doing a lot? You're doing the planches, front levers. How do you recognize that you have the ability to do these things?
Well, I feel like it's just building that foundation for so many years. Like, was basically I saw Chris Herrier, Austin Dunham, people like that, like holding a planche, holding a front lever, and I was just blown away. Like, I was like, this is nothing like I've ever seen in any gym before. So I was immediately just like, just blown away by it. Yeah. And actually, another guy who introduced me to it was my physics tutor.
No way.
During my GCSEs, we're learning about moments, right? Yeah. And obviously you have like a pivot and you have like, a moment arm and the force, right? Yeah. And so he was just like, do you know what a great example of this is? And he just backed out a full planche. I was just like,
wait, did he do it himself?
He just backed out a full planche.
He done a planche?
Yeah, he just did a planche. And he's a big, strong guy as well. And I was like,
that's impressive.
I was like, what the hell? And then I started.
What did he do? Did he do it like on the table?
On the floor. He just did it on the floor. He was just like holding it like that. And then he did a couple of push-ups. I was just like shocked. And then so obviously I'd already seen like Chris Herrier, Austin Dunham at this point, and I already kind of knew about it, but I'd never really seen that. So I looked into it loads. And then I said to him, I'm going to start training this. Yeah. And he was like, oh no, you need to like, get your basics down and everything. I was fuck that. Like,
you just went straight for it.
I went straight for it. And in like a month, I got it. And
you don't have to do a planche in a month?
Well, no, I went from like tuck to like full in like maybe like 2 or 3 months. Yeah. I got like a straddle in my first couple of weeks of training it. Like.
So wait, so let's get this thing straight then. Yeah. So it took you a short space of, well, not short space, but let's say 2 to 3 months to learn how to do it. Do you feel like you're more of a prodigy in that kind of sense?
I'd say maybe, but I feel like I had like a good base of strength before, and I know it's also easier to learn something if you're younger. Like I hadn't had my growth spurt. Like I wasn't. I was quite young. I was still quite light. I only weighed like 50 kg, 49 kg back then.
But that would have helped though.
That helps a lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you feel like obviously the foundations of learning the skills earlier on would definitely have shaped you?
Yeah, 100%.
To like be able to do. I mean,
definitely. Yeah.
Most of the impossible things, and of course, there's things I want to really ask. I mean, I was gonna work my way into it, but I just have to jump ahead and say
that's cool.
2-finger planche.
yeah. That was actually more of a recent project though.
How the hell do you know you can do a 2-finger planche?
So like when I was learning planche in my first year, I was 15, right? I got it in that year.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, like I went from like 0 to like one arm planche to Maltese and stuff, and then I was always interested in finger strength, but all I could ever do was just a fingertip full planche, and that was still pretty cool. Like
that's mad.
It's still sick. But then over the years, I started doing it on these 3 fingers, so the thumb, the index, and the middle finger.
Yeah.
So I was doing on those 3, and then I would just sometimes take one off, and I started training push-ups on 2 fingers, and it actually took me maybe 3 or 4 years to actually get the strength to be able to actually back out a 2-finger planche.
So it takes years then.
It takes a while.
No one's gonna wake up one morning and start going for 2 fingers.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, I didn't train it every single day. Like I would train it for a month and make crazy progress in my finger strength, and then I would revisit it 6 months later, a year later, and it would just be more progress, and you actually get a bit of calcification as well in the fingers. So my I don't know if you can see, specifically my middle finger is a bit wider.
Okay. It's almost like it's gotten bigger.
Yeah, it's literally as if it's grown. I think that's just from the pressure.
You're putting no body weight on it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That has to be distributed somehow.
Yeah.
How do you even distribute your weight across 2 fingers?
Yeah, it's also that lean as well. It's quite different.
I know. I mean, okay, cool. Have you ever had any serious injuries from those 2 fingers?
Not on the 2 fingers, but I've definitely felt some pressure.
Yeah.
I've got a collarbone injury now. But
right now?
Yeah. Last year, around just after nationals, actually.
Nice.
About a month later, I got a really bad collarbone injury.
It's
just pretty much I couldn't use my arm for a couple of weeks, and then I was just I may have broken a bone or something, and it felt like that because I broken my toes, I broken my fingers. So
you broke your toes?
Yeah, I break loads of bones all the time.
You break your
yeah, as a kid I was just always breaking bones.
So how do you, I mean, when you're going through these injuries, how do you maintain training?
Well, once I had a broken toe, I was still I was just using the boot as planche weight. So it was only for a couple of weeks. But
a couple of weeks is still a long time. How did you break your bones? Specifically the collarbone.
Oh, my big injury, my collarbone, right?
Yeah.
What it is it felt like a break almost, and it felt like if I touched it, it was almost so tender that I couldn't even. And then moving my arm across in abduction like that, like when I would, in a pec fly, for example, obviously without weight, it was just felt like my arm was going to come off, and I obviously had to get it checked, right? And turns out the end of the clavicle, I have a condition called distal clavicular osteolysis, which means the end of the clavicle is losing bone density because it's rubbing against that. So actually there's little micro fractures in it.
Yeah.
And the density was so low that it's apparently it was close to a 90-something-year-old woman's bone density, which is not ideal in calisthenics, obviously.
That's not practical at all.
No, exactly.
That's like a biscuit almost.
Yeah, it's literally a biscuit, yeah. If you just punch me though, I don't know, maybe now it's better, but back then if you punched me in the collarbone, I'd probably shattered half of it.
That's a longer injury, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's fairly common in
Cali.
In weightlifting actually.
Is it?
In bench press, because obviously I bench quite heavy and I bench really wide as well.
You bench very heavy.
We
are that is anyways, we'll talk about obviously your collarbone, and what other bones did you say you broke again?
I mean, I've broken my fingers, not through planches or anything, but and I've broken my toes as well.
How'd you break your fingers? Through?
It was actually at a water park.
A water park?
Yeah, I got all 3 fingers caught in one of those donuts that a boat just pulls it.
Yeah.
And, it was somewhere in London actually, and I just my fingers just got trapped in there. Everyone else let go, and me being an idiot I am decided to hold on to it, and they just got mangled.
How long was that for?
It wasn't that long because I was quite young, so it healed fairly quickly.
Okay.
There's 3 fractures here.
Yeah. And the last one, your toe injury, mate. How did you?
Well, actually, it's very interesting what happened to my toe. I kicked a table, right? I was playing with my friend before my 11+ exam as a kid, right? I kicked the table.
Oh, these are all when you were a kid, isn't it?
Pretty much. A lot when I was a kid,
let's hear it out. Oh yeah, the bottle of water for you.
I'm all right, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll speak about that later. Actually,
water.
Yeah, I'm very autistic in my diet and everything. I had brought my water with me, in a special glass container.
Yeah, do you want to bring it out?
Yeah, why not? I try avoid microplastics at all costs.
Oh no, we're gonna debunk this shit. Just the toe injury, just so we can just nibble that out of the way.
I just kicked the table, right, and I broke it before my exam when I was 11.
Yeah,
it was my entrance exam into secondary school, and I sat the next day it with painkillers and everything. And I mean, it was a really weird injury. I say it's weird because after the break, it's my middle toe. I could move it by itself, which is like, I don't know if anyone can do that.
I'm trying to do mine right now. Don't know if I can.
I mean, I would take it out, but it's a bit weird.
No, back out the toes.
Don't want to get the dogs out.
No, back out the toes.
No, for sure. Though.
Yeah, God. I'm sorry. So, we're gonna segue back into calisthenics. Yeah. The nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just jumping into the big topics. I'm not even giving it time, but
yeah,
there's so much to talk about. So I'm just gonna have fun with all of it. Talk to me first of all. What was the experience like at the nationals? Obviously, from what I remember, it was about the numbers weren't. It was about like 12 of you guys. Was it 12 or 14? I remember counting, and then obviously wiggle it down to the final 2.
Yeah.
And then obviously the winner came out yourself. Just run me through like the rounds and just what the entire experience was like.
So it was really actually quite heavy, like, day. Like a lot of statics is not light on the body.
No, not.
And especially since everybody who's competing is not really eating much because they all want to be light as fuck. So they all they like not dehydrate, but they keep their body weight as low as possible. So it does make the skills easier. So after like,
where's your energy come from?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was literally all I could eat was maybe like a banana or something like. I mean,
it's a good source of fuel, but I mean, for a day's worth of that.
Yeah, I mean, Rion had some like some rice cakes as well, so we had some of those.
Oh, so he wasn't eating the chicken and chips?
No.
Captain ass guys. Oh my god.
And then we got some. My mum got us some croissants and stuff, and that was like the only thing that we couldn't eat.
A bit of carbs.
Couldn't eat properly because like even though we were really hungry, like couldn't really because you don't want water retention. Like you wanna look good, but you want to be light. Like
of course, you want to feel like you can just fling yourself around.
Exactly, yeah. And even like for stuff like the 2-finger planche, like if I gain 1 kilo, like
that's impossible.
It just goes down.
Yeah.
Like if I did it now, I'm my heaviest I've been for a while now. If
How much
I did
you
it 75 and a half.
Ooh, because last time I checked some of your videos, you were like 67.
Yeah, like only about like 4 months ago, I was like in the 60s.
Madness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even that much like. I'm not that much less lean than I am now than I was back then as well.
Lean.
Yeah, I'm fairly lean. Yeah, I'm around 11% right now. I think. Yeah.
Body fat.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. So sorry. Nationals. Obviously, everyone's. I guess the conditioning is what. Not too much water. Sorry, everyone's not drinking water. I'm guessing, or they
are, but mainly like just as in not too much.
Not too much, and then the diet is very strict.
Yeah, exactly. Carb loading the day before though. You want some glycogen in your muscles so you can actually like hold stuff. And also took some creatine like before. Some people were like really, in calisthenics, they're like, oh, creatine, extra water weight. I'm gonna be heavier. I wouldn't be able to planche. Like it's not the case. Like it's not that much of a difference. Yeah, the water retention isn't actually too much, right? It does drive water into the cells by lowering the water potential, but it's not actually that significant to make a planche difficult, right? But what it does is it gives you that extra ATP that you need to hold it longer and go through all the rounds, like with enough energy to like actually not die right at the end, right?
Does it actually feel like that? Did you feel
like cramping? It was awful. Like at the end when we were taking pictures, I was doing like a planche with like my hero, Victor Kamenov, right?
That's your hero?
Yeah, I mean, I watched him since I was a kid.
And he came through. Did he come through?
Yeah, he was there. It was great to meet him as well. Really good to meet.
Yeah, I think he said he gave you some advice as well.
Yeah,
that was like
he's got one of the strongest like Maltesers in the world, and he's just like a classic athlete. Like
yeah. Oh, sorry. I keep stirring us away from the topic. I want to really dive into the nationals. So talk to me. What were the rounds like? All the actual.
So rounds? they were like basically head-to-head battles, right? So you have like a minute. I think it was a minute. Sometimes 30 seconds. Sometimes a minute. And to like showcase all your best skills, and you can kind of build your round like around what you think the other opponent will lose against, right? So if I had someone who was like really difficult, like Rion, for example, like then I would have to like showcase all my best skills, have to like make sure the form is spot on, have to like really think of something like that has like a wow factor. Whereas like if it was an easier opponent, like I still have to do hard skills, but to less of an extent, but it's still really tiring. So when you get to that last round where you have to do everything to the max,
exhausted.
Right? You're so exhausted that it's actually not as good as it could have been.
Okay.
So I feel like me and Rion, right, if we battled just straight first round, like it would be so much more entertaining than like, because we both fatigue like so much throughout the whole thing. It just hurts. Like
the gap between the easy opponents and I guess the final rounds with the Rions, is the gap really big?
Obviously, without putting the people down, right?
Of course.
I feel like anyone who's doing calisthenics at a competitive level, especially to have won like a regional competition.
Yeah.
It's like you needed to win the regional comp to get into nationals in the first place, right? So getting that far is extremely commendable.
Very impressive.
Right? Like incredible feats of strength there that not like literally no one can do, right? And then as you get to the top, right, even though in like the average person's eyes, they don't look that different. There's such a huge difference in like kind of like adaptation, strength adaptation. Like those people who've been at like the top level, they've been at, you know, they've been at it for way longer.
Okay.
Most of the time. Some people progress very quickly, but for things like planche, for things like front lever, your tendons have to be so iron strong that it's just you can't do that in like a year. You can't get to like OG planche level in like 5 months. Like you just can't.
It's impossible.
Even if you have the best genetics in the world, you can't get to that level so quickly. Like it's not possible.
Hey, sorry, this is sidebar. Was I wild? Was I moving mad when I said you can learn a muscle up in an hour?
No, I think a muscle up is if you can do a lot of pull ups, right?
Yeah.
You can just with technique get over the bar, and then over time, like it gets better.
But like, if we can do, let's say 10 to 15 pull-ups.
Yeah.
Is it practical to say you can learn a
as long as you're not like inept at pushing yourself up at the top,
yeah.
then it's absolutely reasonable to be able to muscle up. Yeah.
Baby, they shredded me for a lot worse, man. I promise. But that one was like, I wanted to make sure that that question, I needed the sensei for calisthenics to come and just put his 2 pence in. But yeah, so talk to me. Obviously, now we get to the set because you faced Rion in the semis, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. Should have been, in my opinion, it should have been the final because obviously Jake is an incredible athlete.
But if you put Jake and Rion together, without bringing anyone down, but like who do you think would have given you a much more harder competition? Rion.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that for me, the semi-final was harder than the final. Like obviously in the final, I put my best out. I had to obviously,
Rion,
but the semi-final was just like much. It was. I had to like
really show it
as well. Yeah,
Rion is serious.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah,
he's serious.
He says he's the same age as me, but he's a year younger than me. So he's not giving himself as much credit as he deserves, right?
Bro, you're so mad. Yeah, we do our homework, innit? But like when I was doing my homework on you, I fell into like Rion's what's the word? Let's just call it rabbit hole of his videos, especially with Still Works, and it was just like, bro, this guy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But again, on the day with the finals, did you feel like you knew you already won before at the end of it?
Yeah, I mean, there's always like an element of doubt, like, you know, did I fuck up? Did I, you know, sometimes you get so overexcited that you press a planche and you fall out of a handstand, like, you know, you're thinking, oh, did I mess up those points and everything? And obviously, even though I knew like deep down I'd come out with a win, right? I just
talk your shit, man. Talk your shit. This is what we want. You know you won that.
Yeah. No, I did. But like, there's obviously still like, you know, things that I've lost competitions where like I really should have won. Like it's happened before. Like I knew the judges here were good. They were like incredible athletes, so they understand things, right? But I've been in a comp situation like for my university like a couple of years ago where I lost against someone who did an L sit. Like, just that's it. Like a fucking L sit, and that's it.
You lost to someone with an L sit.
Yeah, I mean he did like a straddle planche and like an L sit and a handstand.
Dying it. Yeah. What are the points that you're judged on in these national competitions?
In the nationals, right? It's I don't know if they've changed it, but I think it's push, pull, and combos.
Okay.
So combos is like, you know, how I don't think combos should have as high of a like, you know, rating. Like I think it should because I think combos should be part of push and pull. So I think, you know, if you do like a push combo, like a 10 push-ups, 10 press, like 10, right? The Valentine that he does, right? That should count, right? To push. But that should just put your push score up. Like I feel like combo and like style, it's a bit too much.
Is
like,
it?
Yeah.
I thought it looks kind of cool. Like
it is cool.
It really brings it. I mean, it's a combo. It brings in.
Yeah, but I feel like you know the whole like steps and walking thing. While I do it in like Canary Wharf.
Bro, I find it so cold.
I find it cringe.
What?
I find it cringe, bro. I feel like it's just like it's one of those things where I see someone in front of you and they're just walking up, and I'm like, bro, like you're just pressing in front of you up and down, like.
Yeah, but it's like, the way the body's going up. Like,
I feel like to the average person, that just looks crazy.
That's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's a casual now.
Exactly.
Most people watching calisthenics are casual, so they'll never take in the gravity of it.
Like even women, right? I show them a fucking handstand and like a one-arm handstand, and they're like,
oh my, they're creaming.
They
like,
fucking,
oh my God,
they're
oh my
already
God.
wet, like. and I show them a planche, and they're just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
yeah.
Or I do like a Maltese elevation. They're like, "Get off the floor! What the fuck are you doing lying down on the floor?" Like,
they don't appreciate what's going on.
No, they don't understand. No. And I mean, Rion will understand with the floor Vic. It's so fucking difficult, but it doesn't even look like a skill. Like
when you're doing your thing on the front, I'm thinking, bro, these man's. Call it elbow. I mean, I don't even call it that, but that joint there just looks bro, you guys could snap that.
It is, yeah.
Have you ever seen any crazy injuries in calisthenics?
No, but I've heard of a few. Like I heard like someone in the comp, I'm not sure who it was, like maybe it may have injured his bicep, but like other than that, like I haven't really heard too much about injuries. Yeah.
To be fair though, I mean, to be fair, it's your body weight, really and truly. The damage can't be that great. I mean, it's not like you're using external weights on yourselves. Like,
well, I mean, it's not as bad as like, you know, like being like Eddie Hall. And
what is the hardest move that
I've ever done?
Ever done?
There's a few, and when you say hardest move, it's like very, you know, difficult to kind of quantify it in my head. Like I have like, as soon as you say hardest move, like a few come to mind, right?
Yeah.
You've got the 2-finger planche.
It's crazy.
Even just like a Zanetti on like poles on bars, you know, like
is that when the bars are like side? Because I keep looking at I keep calling it dragon. Is it dragon Maltese?
Yeah. No, not dragon. It's pillar Maltese.
Pillar Maltese. That's it. When you're
So it's like when you go from back lever into pillar Maltese, or on rings you go from I know Rio mentioned it last time, the Van Gelder. I can't do it yet. I will be able to do it, and I will be the tallest person to ever do it.
How tall is Van Gelder?
I don't know. I think, can we Google it?
Wow.
Really? Oh, wow.
He's short. He's very short. Because we have the 2-finger planche.
But not even just standard 2-finger planche. I think like my most like horrible one was combining the Maltese with 2 fingers, like 2-finger Maltese like that. So you're not just like that. You're leaning, but it's like outwards. You can't just do a Maltese like that. You have to turn your fingers outwards. And that was just like one of the most painful things that I've ever done. And it did take a lot of time to like have to, because obviously very difficult strength wise. It's actually quite hard to like get into that position, and it's a bit of hit and miss as well.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I've only done that skill like probably like 5 or 6 times in my life though.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it right now. I'm too heavy. But if I train for it in like a month, I could probably get it again.
Just a month.
Yeah. No, because I've already got the muscle memory. So
yeah, it's true. And in all fairness, like you've been doing this for years. It's like your body's probably just like wired for it now.
Yeah.
Someone I really wanted to mention, Tony Basti. Am I saying his name right?
Tony Banks.
Tony Banks?
Tony who?
Tony Basti. He's Mexican.
Oh.
Antonio.
Tony Gast.
Tony Gast. I keep saying Bast, man. Tony Gast.
Tony Gast, yeah.
Talk to me, man. He, first of all, I mean,
I met him.
I know you met him. I think he's like a 4-time world champion.
Yeah, I mean,
like, he is incredible. I went down the rabbit hole of his videos again because you guys linked up in it.
Yeah.
Brother, what was
I did a like a little planche combo with him.
Yeah.
Like that day, I just saw his like dynamics and stuff, and like he was just so clean with his
like
form.
water.
Like, it's just
fluid.
It's just it's just so good to watch.
It was like, bro, I swear it was like cash. Like you're watching it and it's like
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like, angelic.
I'm not gay, but it's beautiful. Like it's just like when I watch people like that, it's just like that's the style I want to emulate. Yeah, because I'm a statics guy, right? I can do the bare minimum of dynamics. I can do a 360.
Nice.
Like just about.
Which is crazy, though, isn't it?
I think it's the hardest skill. I changed my mind.
The level swing that you got to get and then just still bring it. I mean, bro, you could.
Yeah, it's just my hands as well. Just keep
that grip. That initial grip you need to grab on. It's like, bro.
I have a lot of respect for dynamics athletes. I'm not too into it myself because I don't want to break my bones and I don't want to break my teeth on the bar. Like I'm not really that interested in like flips and stuff. Like I mean, I can do a few dynamics moves like just to get by.
Yeah.
But my passion is with statics, right? So.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, statics is still amazing. I think you take it a step further with the dynamic guys. I mean, with all due respect, their things is still crazy, but like, look, it's a bar, bro. Like, hold on to it. Why are you jumping off it to jump back on? Yeah, I mean, especially in the 360. Another one I wanted to mention, Relly.
Really? Oh,
Relly.
Dangerous Relly.
Dangerous
Relly.
Relly.
I love him.
Mad man.
Yeah,
Does he talk?
I saw him at like a shoot ages ago.
Yeah.
And
was it the Nike one he has done?
Nike one, yeah. And I think I'd seen a couple of his videos before, but I didn't know who he was, right? So
he's always masked up, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, and I met him, really lovely guy.
Yeah.
And so we spoke, right? And you know, I realized who he was. I realized like I've seen someone do a front lever off your neck with a bike. Like how? Like I know I do 2-finger planche, but like it's just like fingers you can sacrifice. Yeah. Neck you can't.
You can't. It's like what goes through your mind, bro.
Yeah,
bro. It's like what is going through your, and how do you even come up with these ideas?
I watch it, and sometimes I can't watch because like it's the music is like kind of the music he puts behind it. Sometimes is like
you're waiting for something bad to happen.
Waiting for something bad to happen.
It's a nice competition, definitely. Obviously, you've won it and qualified for the internationals. Now.
I did, but I couldn't compete in Belgium. I was injured. I literally couldn't even.
So do you have to go back and win the nationals again before you can go back to internationals? Is it because
I think it's expired now. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've missed my chance.
That's some bullshit, though, man. You've been qualified. I know, you're verified.
I mean, you know, hopefully, if I compete again this year, like my shoulders still like even if I train planche, like it just hurts like badly.
Do you still try? Do you try to? Are you the type of person that trains through the pain?
Yeah, that's what caused me the injury.
Bro, you gotta rest, you know.
I mean, I think calisthenics is extremely dangerous. I don't think it should be glamorized as much as it is. To be honest,
I think the glamorized is from the aesthetic side, though, isn't it? I mean,
it's beautiful.
It looks amazing. You see a man doing a handstand,
yeah,
going into a planche. It's like, oh my days, and then
I think
doing some like push.
I think that's okay, but I think taking it to an extreme is like, you know, not healthy. Like
we have to, though.
You have to compete, and it's like I have that drive in me to compete. Like I want to like go against people. I want to do crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, there is a huge expenditure on your health, your body,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
Like if I carry on holding my body weight on 2 fingers, like I will get arthritis in there. Like
hey, bro, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I already have it in my AC joint. Arthritis,
crazy.
Yeah,
bro, you're like 20. How the fuck is arthritis even a thing?
It's not good.
How often?
Yeah.
So obviously you're a student at UCL, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but
no, that's all right. That's completely fine. Yeah.
Big drip, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Big drip, man.
Thank you, man.
No chance. I mean, nah. But what's it like balancing obviously education with calisthenics? You know what I mean?
I think it's one of the hardest things for me. Like,
must be.
I think
you're doing an easy course either as well.
It's a difficult course, and like I'm extremely interested in it, but I always find myself sidetracked by like, because I do biochem, right? It's the study of like the chemistry that happens inside all of your cells, right? Yeah. So it's very applicable to like fitness, understanding the whole, you know, fucked up supplement industry. Everyone talking about hypertrophy this, hypertrophy that. Like, I think it gives you like that level of discipline you get from uni as well. As much as people say, oh, you don't need uni to make money, stuff like that. You absolutely don't.
Yeah,
right?
You don't. But it's always good.
It's good because I think the discipline you get from it is like. It's like sometimes you just don't want to go, even if you're really interested in the course, right? There's always going to be days that like you don't want to do certain things, right? And you have to do it, like So,
No, obviously, man. And then how do you prioritize education along with calisthenics and working out? So like, what's the split like? How do you?
It is almost like a split. Like it's like a weekly gym split, but I have to like put in like hours and studying and stuff, and also I'm juggling music with it as well because
you do music as well, don't you? I see the guitar on it.
Yeah, I don't post at all about it on social
one
media.
Post I saw. On
in fact, I had it on a close friend story. Like I play, I've been playing piano like my whole life.
You can play piano too.
Yeah, piano's my main instrument actually.
What? I didn't see no piano videos.
Yeah, no,
I'll guitar videos.
I'll post it eventually.
Yeah, post that, bro.
Yeah, I will.
Because you were doing, I think with the guitars, you were doing some covers, weren't you?
I was. Yeah,
lots of rock songs though. Man.
Yeah, lots. I'm a big fan of like metal as well.
Yeah, no, I like me some metal too.
Yeah, which bands?
I'm more like mainstream, so Evanescence.
Oh, yeah, I was listening to them on the way here.
Yeah, I was listening. What's it? My favorite song from them now is "Weight of the World."
I've not heard that.
Old school song. It's on the same. It's on the same album as "Bring Me to Life." Bring Me to Life. Same album as that.
I literally used that in my reel that I posted an hour ago.
Bring Me to Life. I listen. Bring Me to Life. The only reason why I had to take a break from that song because I was just listening to it too much.
It's too good.
Yeah, I mean, we also got Papa Roach. I listened to a bit of Papa
I
Roach.
like Papa Roach.
Papa Roach is really good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Between Angels and Insects, right?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. Okay, you are well versed. There's another guy. There's another band. Sorry, they got a song. I hate everything about you. But what is it?
Oh,
I hate
Linkin Park.
No, it's not Linkin Park.
Oh, what is it?
Who? Is it Blink-182? Wait. That could be them. You know.
I'm trying to think. I feel like it might be Linkin Park.
Nah, I hate
I know what song you're talking
about you.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I wonder. Nah, I'm getting out now.
You can just ask ChatGPT at this point.
Yeah. 3 Days Grace.
Oh, that's the one.
3 Days Grace.
That's
But Linkin Park.
Yeah, Linkin Park are brilliant.
Now they are. I mean, RIP. Madness. That was really good. My favorite song from them now is "Somewhere I Belong."
I've not heard that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe I have.
I don't want to sing that. I'm not singing no more rock songs. In the end,
it's classic.
that was like, you know when you. Okay, shit.
Is it rock song? Yeah. Okay.
So
you guys got good taste.
Heavy metal. No, I listen to heavy metal in the gym all the time.
Yeah,
I get mocked for
good.
it. Everyone else likes wrestling music and stuff, but heavy metal for me. If you look at my playlist, you got lots of that.
Low key drill and heavy metal in the gym.
Drill carries me above. So who's if it was asked you for like your top 3 drill artists, I'll say top 5, but I don't want to make it hard. Actually, no,
maybe like
top 5. Give me top 5.
Maybe like Unknown T.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Unknown T.
Maybe it's actually quite an underground one called Official TS. I like. Who else do I like? Do you know Lucy?
Okay, Lucy.
No.
Lucy is good.
I don't feel like I don't love drill.
V9 is good as well.
V9. And obviously, give me like your top 3 rock bands that you like listening to.
Slipknot.
Okay.
System of a Down.
Yeah.
And I'd say my number 1 is Muse.
Muse?
Yeah, Muse. I love Muse. Do you know Muse?
I got one of their songs on. I think one of my songs on their playlist, but I don't even know. That's a skip for me. With all due respect, yeah. I mean, nothing against them. Hold on, Muse. Where is it?
I've seen them live like 3 times now.
You actually go watch these guys.
I've seen Slipknot live as well. I took my mum there.
Am I right? Question mark. No. Have you heard that song?
No.
Oh, I'll play it for you now, but I don't know. I don't want to just kill myself. But I think that's one of the songs I have on my playlist. Rock's such an interesting one, is it though?
It is. Are
you someone that listens to music in the gym? You can't listen to music when you're doing your calisthenics workout, surely.
Sometimes, no, I do.
Really?
Yeah, I love music, right? I can't live without it. Right?
Yeah, every day you listen to music.
Well, I try and keep my dopamine levels, like, under control.
Does music raise dopamine levels?
Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
It's like drugs. It activates. I'm guessing, like, when you get addicted to anything, right? Most drugs activate the same part of the brain in the addiction pathway.
Yeah.
So anything that's like raising your dopamine like that much is addictive. It's not. Yeah. It makes you kind of like, if you lower your baseline dopamine, then you enjoy like really boring tasks that have to get done. Yeah. That's like the most productive way to live.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I've found so far. Yeah.
So explain that one more time, because I would have heard that, because dopamine levels, if you're doing something that you don't want to do.
Yeah. So if you do something you don't want to do, right, and you don't get any satisfaction from it or like any reward, if your baseline dopamine in your life is like quite low, then even like a tiny little bit of reward from that activity, like finishing an assignment for uni, can really give you like a big dopamine hit. Whereas if you are always like watching TV, eating shit, like just I say enjoying your life, but like kind of enjoying it too much. Right. Then you're not going to appreciate the delayed gratification kind of.
It's true. Yeah. It's almost like a bit of like that irresponsible lifestyle there. Just you never you never value the like I said, finishing a task or finishing a workout. Like saying you're actually gonna go to the gym and actually finishing it. Yeah. Some people again. I had this with our last guest, Bolo Banks, and just talking about how people say at the start of the year, I'm going to start a gym. You know what I mean? It's all in their mind, but they don't really get to it.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
And they'll never.
And it's always like tomorrow.
It's always tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. I'll start next week. I'll start from next month. I mean, the most popular one I've seen now is at the start of the year, the new year starts in February. So everyone's saying that in January, it's like they start with all their New Year's resolutions. Then after 1 week, it's like, do you know what? My New Year starts in Feb. It's like they just cancel all of January.
That's crazy.
It makes no sense. Bodybuilding. Well, not bodybuilding, but let's talk about weightlifting.
Yeah.
How the hell at 67 kg are you able to bench press 175 kg? That's
180.
Forgive me, guys. 180 kg. We're talking about 2.5 times your weight.
2.7.
Fuck.
Sorry.
No, bro. Clear the numbers, bro. I need a correction. We're talking about 2.7 times your body weight. We're looking at 180 kg. I'd say maybe 0.001%.
Some serious weight
of the country could ever, not even the country, so the world, men could ever do that. We're talking about, what's that, 4 plates on each side?
Yeah, 4 on each side, yeah. 4 20s.
Well, we have to unpack. How did we get there?
Well, I've been benching, I think, since I was maybe 16. So actually, like, what I got 180 at 19, right? So it took me 2.5 years to get 180, right? And the only reason it took me that little amount of time was because I was already doing like weighted dips, spamming planche push-ups. I had like amazing front delt strength from calisthenics.
Of course,
my tendons were like rock hard iron. I already had like a very hypertrophied like chest and shoulders and everything, right? And then first time I ever touched a bench, I was repping 80 for like 7 or 8, and I was only 15. So, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
I was shocked myself that day. The first time I tried bench, I was not expecting to get above 60, and then I was benching with my dad, and he was like, don't do the same weight as me, and I was like, okay, I'll do 70, and it just flew up, and he was like,
what's going on here?
Yeah, so I tried the same as him. He was doing 80 for his working set, so I tried the same as him, and I got it for more reps than him. And like, my dad's pretty strong. He's a pretty strong guy.
So I don't want to be that guy. Can you bench more than your dad?
Yeah, I can now.
Listen, do you know
my dad's strong though.
That has to be every father's dream. That
I want my son to be stronger.
I would love my son to bench weight. I ain't got a son, by the way, but I would love my son to bench more than me if he ever did. You know what I mean? Exactly. Brother, do you feel the pains from the 100 kgs when you're
well, I think that's what caused my clavicle injury.
It's a lot. It's a lot of strain on
especially when you're gripping it so wide as well.
Bro, I'm not like, when I watch you do yours, the thing is, your form is really good. Well, okay, let me say that. But
it's
for 180 kg, it's not meant to, I mean, it can look perfect. If it does look perfect, you have to be like an Eddie Hall. You have to be someone stupid. You have to look like someone that can move that. But
I have quite a lot to say about my form, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people think that I'm a powerlifter.
You could be though, you know.
I could be. And, you know, there are all these comments. Like, I scroll down my phone, there are all these hate comments. And they're all just saying, like, you know, like fake plates and stuff, like, you know. And I even benched that weight, similar to that weight, 170, at the Gymshark event. And they're all just like still finding a way to like put me down.
Just discredit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Haters.
I know, it's ridiculous.
But like, do you know, this is the problem with
it's like I'm a 19-year-old kid just having a bit of fun.
Bro,
I'm not a powerlifter.
I promise you, every last one of those haters, I would put every penny in the account and say they cannot touch that weight.
There you go.
And the only reason why they have to hate is because that's the only thing that they're left with. You know what I mean? When you can't do something, it's like, you know, he's faking it. He's doing this. You mentioned Gymshark event. Obviously, I saw you link up with Nathaniel Massaro.
Yeah.
What was that like as well?
It was great. Yeah,
he spotted you as well for the one.
Yeah, he did spot me for 170.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He looked like he had that face of like he didn't expect you to do it.
He didn't.
Okay, cool. So I was
he was like, "Are you sure you want to go higher?" And I was just like, I was like, yeah.
And I think he really wanted to sport. I think when you done it, he was like, okay.
That was I think that day was the first time I ever did. No, second time I ever did 170. So like to hit that weight in public, I was not sure if I was going to get it.
Bro, if you hadn't got that, that would have been annoying, wouldn't it?
Would have been very annoying. But it was a struggle rep, but I got it.
Yeah. How was the whole event though at the Gymshark fitness event? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you dance?
I really loved it.
Really connected with some great guys, right?
Yeah, I want to go to more events like that for sure.
No, and you should be invited, in my opinion. I feel like, as far as the face of UK calisthenics is concerned, mate, you fit that mold. I don't think anyone. I shouldn't even. I like swearing, and I don't like doing it on the pod. I don't think anyone is fucking with you at all, bro. Like, I don't think anyone's coming close. Like easy. This is our appreciation.
Means a lot.
Bro, this is the appreciation phase now. Derby, listen, like serious glaze, bro. Do you know what I mean? And again, okay, cool. Like, do you know what I mean? The achievements are there, the accolades are there, the UK nationals, the regionals. Obviously, again, it's crazy because I was really looking for because the way I do my things, I always start from the bottom and go up on the pages, and I was really looking forward to seeing that the internationals. Yeah, I mean, man, you have to do it. You know
I really want to now.
Speaking of internationals, Rihanna was on here saying that as far as the calisthenics is concerned, worldwide, UK is like behind.
UK is behind.
Really?
Yeah, UK is.
Hey, come on.
He's absolutely right. The UK is unfortunately quite behind.
Like, how behind are we talking?
Okay, it's not ridiculous, but it's pretty bad.
He's saying the only ones that they're ahead of is Germany.
Yeah, I don't know too. I think he knows a bit more about calisthenics.
Yeah, I think he said he's been there. He strikes me. He strikes me a bit like Bance over here. Very hard to impress people.
Yeah.
Very hard to impress. Like it's almost like whenever they have a compliment, I always use the same words, a rare show of praise. I always say that because he doesn't praise nothing. Rio on here couldn't praise bar yourself, and rarely, who else did he praise? Osvaldo. And I think it was obviously the legends as well, part of Calis. He did not rate anyone at all. So when he's shitting on the UK, but then praising like the French guys, he says the French guys are like mad.
French guys are incredible.
Really?
They are. I go to France a lot, and I actually haven't connected as much as I wanted to with the French Cali, because it's always like when we go there, it's like a family thing, right? But now I really want to go and actually see the Cali scene there, because it is incredible.
I watched a few of their videos on YouTube. Just had like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
It's insane. I mean, Valentine, who else? Nathan.
Valentine was the first name that popped on my search.
I mean, he's ridiculous.
What's wrong with him?
It's just like that's. So before I got my shoulder injury, right, I was trying to get his combo 10-10-10, and I got like so close. I got 10-9-10. I think I got.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd done it, and I reviewed it in the video, and I was like, oh, fuck, there's 9 presses.
Madness.
I was like,
that's the word. But then I say this as well, because I got even when I try to do muscle ups, I try to do. I'm not that level, but I try to do like a 5-5-5.
Yeah.
I found myself, I wasn't even able to count while I was up. I just wanted to get it done. So it's I was like, this feels like 5, I'll come down. And then you watch the video back and it's like, mate, you didn't even do 5. And it's like, I still post it anyways.
Yeah.
You do a lot of record times for holding positions.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Are these the records?
They're not like recognized by Guinness World Records.
What?
They don't give a shit about planche. They don't care about 2-finger planche.
Yeah,
they don't care.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know.
This is real shit.
No, exactly. They care about the only calisthenics thing they've ever cared about was the one-arm handstand by Adam Morsell.
Ooh, wait, the one
on the Bosie ball.
Wait, so the one-on-one?
One-arm handstand.
Yeah, which you can do.
Which I can do. I mean, it's not one of my favorites.
You call it the iguana?
No, iguana's like that.
Oh,
that's iguana planche like that.
What's harder, iguana or one hand?
Iguana planche, 100%.
Really?
One-arm planche is harder.
Yeah.
One-arm handstand is much easier than iguana planche.
Can you do one arm? You can do one arm. Can you do one arm handstand?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I didn't train it for a while, and then once everyone was giving me shit like, oh, you don't do handstand, everyone was saying, oh, we got people doing one-arm handstand on Bosie ball, and I was just like, okay, let me try it.
Yeah.
A month later, I was like, there you go.
Because whenever I see your one-arm planches, I'm like, brother, what the fuck? We always do.
That's one of my hardest skills.
Bro, that is crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're not even you're holding these positions too. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but can you explain to me, and obviously I don't want to sound like a casual now, why do you bend so much? Is it just how you have to hold the balance?
I mean, obviously there's levels to form, right?
Of course.
The first stage of learning the one-arm planche is you're kind of bent, and you have a bent arm, and you're very twisted and more in a flag, right? And then over time, I straightened up. Yeah, so my recent one-arm planches have been so much better.
Yeah.
But shorter holds, but really nice form.
Yeah.
For less time.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing recently. And those are like, they look so cool.
They look crazy.
They look really cool. I feel like people still think when I'm handstands it looks cooler.
Nah. Well, every time I saw it, like,
No, but people who don't do Cali, people who don't do Cali though, find like when I'm handstand or even a handstand cooler.
Handstands look really cool aesthetically, and to be fair, hey, by the way, you're doing them on the what's that half? It's like a balance ball thing, but like it's half. What's that called again?
A Bossy ball. It's easier on that.
Wow, it's easier
because you can move your hand. You can move the wrist.
Yeah,
I can do it on the floor. I can do it on a bar, but I have a longest hold on the Bossy ball.
Calisthenics versus gymnastics.
Oh, gymnastics is different, but it's got a lot of the same stuff as calisthenics.
It looks like the foundations.
It is, yeah. I mean, calisthenics is definitely. I think it should definitely be recognized, right?
And obviously, we're going to ask you now about calisthenics in the Olympics. But after that, I just want you to like sort of just touch on just between calisthenics and gymnastics.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rion explained that. Obviously, they have 5 different. Let's call it 5 different routines, 5 different workouts. And other than the pommel horse, everything's basically calisthenics.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then, where would you say the gymnastics, despite 4 out of the 5 being very similar to calisthenics, would you say that the gymnastic guys are much further ahead in that sport?
Yeah, I would say the people who do rings, like the still rings, they are crazy. They would destroy people in like a calisthenics competition because of their multis. They're like, they can press from, because Netty press, right? Van Gelders and stuff like that.
It's the Van Gelder for me, because when I watch that
is
video,
just insane.
It's
just ridiculous.
How is your shoulder still intact?
It's like all the way back there.
Bro, it's like literally stuck. Where do you find the strength?
Yeah.
And that's why I've never understood that.
I'm getting close to it though.
Really?
I'm getting close to it. Like, even though I'm injured, I can't train and I'm heavy, right? Oh, I can train, but I can't train as much as I want to.
Of course.
I'm heavy. I'm still trying to get it. And I think one day I'll be the tallest guy to get a Van Gelder.
I reckon so.
I want to get it. One day.
With the heavy guys, doing calisthenics, obviously I'm sure you tip your hat off to them as well, because they're carrying
100%.
weight. How are they doing it?
No one's doing Van Gelder heavy.
No one like 95 kg could do that.
Fuck no.
Impossible.
Theoretically, it might be, but in the world, probably in the lifetime of the Earth, probably not going to happen. No.
Why do you feel like calisthenics should get more recognition?
I feel like, look, there's a lot of sports. I'm not trying to, kind of devalue them, like breakdancing and skateboarding. Okay. They are incredibly hard sports, right? Yeah. But calisthenics, right, is kind of in the same, ballpark as kind of like a unorthodox sport, right? It's similar to gymnastics. It is different, but it's similar but different, right? But I think it should be recognized as a separate thing, and I think it should be recognized as much as skateboarding. And like, come on, like, ask anyone what's cooler, like a fucking like a trick on a skateboard, or like a little bit of breakdancing. Well, they'll probably say calisthenics, or maybe breakdancing.
I'll tell you,
breakdancing is sick. I love it. Like, it looks cool.
It's all right,
but I think calisthenics is just so much better.
Way better.
So much better.
Way better.
It just looks like proper, like sick.
Bro,
right?
It looks harder, but it looks way hard. Like
more entertaining.
Way more entertaining. I mean, breakdancing, beyond the physical side, it's just routine, isn't it? Dance.
A lot of style as well.
I'm not trying to shit on them as well.
No, not at all. I think it's amazing. Like, I think
even coming up with routine. Think about it. Imagine dancing for 30 seconds straight, but like the moves are powerful.
Yeah,
these aren't just like some 1-2 steps. And
I've tried to learn like the flair. I just can't do it. No, I can't. My problem is the coordination. I just don't have it.
It's too much. And then obviously going back to skateboarding too. I mean,
I tried skateboarding.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
I just see a lot of injuries now.
Oh yeah, one of my good friends is a really good skateboarder. Okay, and I tried to learn off him when I was like 17. I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't come close.
It's just I couldn't even. He was like, ollieing over like massive objects. I just couldn't do it.
No,
but it just wasn't my thing.
Calisthenics in the Olympics.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it should be.
Really?
Because I think if breakdancing is in the Olympics, and I don't want to shit on what people do.
Shit on it, bro.
But like the video that I saw, right? I did a reel over it, and I was like, breakdancing versus calisthenics.
Yeah, I saw, and then
really,
and the woman was doing some like
and it was like, what?
She was violated, man. And that's actually an Olympic sport right there.
Like, how are you gonna look at that, then look at a planche and be like,
yeah,
that's cool. I don't like the planche, but I like this.
Nah,
what the fuck, man? Like,
and if you were
piss take, it is a piss take.
No, it's rude and it's definitely disrespectful to like the Cali guys that they can invite
100%.
the breakdancers to. But if you were to put calisthenics in the Olympics, how would you want it to be judged? Because obviously you've done nationals and whatnot, but like, how would you want to?
Yeah, probably just like push-pull combos, stuff like that. Kind of similar to gymnastics, but like what separates the two is, you know, bars or rings. But you have rings in calisthenics too. But you can do stuff with your fingers, but you can't do that in gymnastics. Right? No. You can't go on a 2-finger planche on rings, right? Yeah.
That's how you do it. Okay, cool.
More variety.
More variety.
Much more variety.
All right, cool. Let me ask you this then, yeah. Like Olympics, you're allowed to take five representatives from each nation or each country to gymnastics, right?
Yeah.
If you're the leader of the calisthenics UK team,
yeah,
and calisthenics has been made an Olympic sport, who are the 5 people from the UK you're taking with you? So you got yourself. You have 4 more people.
I can't name 5.
4. Can you name 4?
I can name 3.
Okay, cool. So a team of 4, including yourself, who are the 3 calisthenics athletes you're taking with you?
Me, Rion, and Goku. That's it.
But you also iron out what street workout is.
I think it originated from prisons, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, prison workout. That's why all these prisoners are so fucking built and jacked.
So jacked, yeah.
They have to come up with new ways, like even without a great gym, you know, bad food and bad gym, they have to come up with like a way to get big, right? And they're all just like inventing shit with their body weight. And then I think it just progressed from there.
So it's not, but it's still obviously still considered Cali, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
Do you feel like those guys could compete in the Olympics?
No,
not even close.
Not even close, because it's now evolved into something that's like, it's been taken from, I don't know if you know a guy called Hannibal King. Right. No, his name is Hannibal for King, and yeah, he kind of
Hannibal Luther King.
Hannibal for King.
Oh God.
Yeah, I guess he wants to be king then.
Yeah. Oh, Hannibal for King.
Yeah.
I don't know, but just like I now know what we're saying here because.
So yeah, he started off like the whole calisthenics movement, and then it just kind of like blew up from there. Like Chris Harrier, Austin Dunham, and then.
So this Hannibal guy started Cali.
That's a big claim. I don't know. Don't quote me on this.
Yeah.
This is just what I think.
But just obviously with the street workouts,
started the trend on YouTube. I think
he started the trend. Yeah. So you don't think these street workout guys could ever compete in?
When you say these street workout guys,
could like PMP guys?
Who's that? Wait, who's that?
You never heard of PMP?
No.
They're like, I mean, can we have that? Can we clip that? Okay, cool. Sorry, this is so crazy.
Wait,
okay.
who is PMP?
PMP's they stand for push and pull.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so they're, I'm still not ringing any bells.
No.
They're a group, it's almost like a community of calisthenics athletes.
Yeah.
So they had a pop-up shop the other day. Rion was there actually.
Oh, okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because he said, you want to come to this push and pull event?
Yeah. So they're more like we'd consider them street workouts. Those kind of guys.
I didn't watch much of the footage apart from Rion's, obviously, because he's my friend.
Yeah. No, Rion's killed it. He killed it as per usual. He had this little snippet as well.
Absolutely mogging them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, but then me and Rion would like mog together. Like
really,
it would be like, I don't know if you've seen me do a Maltese and
then he's
sat underneath.
Yeah, and I was like, damn. But you know,
we got some gay accusations.
Yeah, a little close. You know what I mean?
Just a bit close.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you guys end up?
Nah, we're not gay. I think he's a handsome guy, but I don't swing that way. No. I like my women.
Rion mentioned that he'd get street workouts down his spine.
As what?
He mentioned that he get a tattoo of street workouts down his spine. He said he would.
Okay.
I
would love a tattoo. But
would you get it down his spine?
I wouldn't get one because of the inks and stuff. It's just not. It's most tattoo places are just full of heavy metals and shit you don't want to put in your bloodstream, right? Especially if it's going to stay there it just lingers for your whole life, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to keep getting that, in your bloodstream, right? You don't want that.
Nah, you don't want that. So you're saying no to having tattoos, but if those,
I've had a semi-permanent one before, but this is when I wasn't really that into I just wanted to try it.
You want to try it, but now obviously, if the implications weren't there, do you have a tattoo?
Oh, 100%.
On your spine?
I don't know about down my spine.
Doesn't matter.
No, down my spine.
No, because obviously Real said that he wouldn't. That's like, brother, I couldn't help it. I was crying.
You know, it hurts on the bone as well when you get the needle on the bone.
And you want to do that down your spine, and you want to say street workout. Can that even fit? It's a lot of words to just put down your spinal cord. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, just coming back to it again with things that you want to debunk in calisthenics. So
not just in calisthenics, like in the whole fitness industry.
Okay, cool.
Like, so because calisthenics is a very niche.
It's a niche. It's a complete niche.
It's getting bigger, but it's not like the whole fitness industry. I think is so like, sorry to swear, so
go for it
up. Like,
really,
it's just
too much lies.
It's when I think back to myself as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid looking at these, fitness gurus,
looking up to them,
right? I'm actually just like now baffled by the fact that I even did. And now I'm just like, you're citing studies that you don't even understand what is even in that. And you've taken one study, right? And you're just like, you don't even understand it. And as a biochemist, right, I know about like every single process in the study, right? So I can look at it with like a good, holistic approach, right?
Yeah.
And I just think like, how can you take that? How can you talk about it and just say, yeah, that means like take it to an extreme and do like a billion reps of this, like it's just so stupid. And the supplement industry is worse.
Really?
Even worse.
Creatine.
Creatine basically gets obviously taken into your cells. Like so as you take creatine, it gets converted into something called creatine phosphate, right? And what that does is it donates phosphate to molecules like ADP, which are like the kind of like broken ATP, right? So you need ATP for like muscle contraction, right? And to have like enough endurance in your workouts, you need a huge source of ATP, right? So basically, creatine supplementation, right, causes like a massive surge in ATP production, right? So you can really get some extra reps in, and obviously, if you get extra reps in over time, then you can get massive muscle gain, right?
Yeah,
huge muscle gain.
Collagen.
Collagen. I mean, personally, like I think it's a brilliant supplement, right? But I think personally, like I drink a lot of bone broth, right? So that's naturally very high in collagen and glycine, course, right? And it's great for your skin, right? Collagen is amazing.
Collagen is amazing for your skin. Yeah, literally says it all the time. Yeah,
and ever since I've started taking it, my skin has improved. Right? It's my turnover is better. Like everything is clearer, right? Yeah. So it's a great supplement to take, but I think it's not necessary for like gym progress.
No.
It's a great add-on. Yeah, lifestyle, exactly. Yeah.
Whey protein.
Personally, like every okay, scratch that. Not personally. I'll just call out the bullshit.
Go for it.
Every single whey protein that pretty much like my protein, right? I wanted a sponsorship ages ago from them, but like most of these companies, they are just putting in sweeteners, right? And fucking ingredients that you can't even name them, right? I'm not going to name any companies, but it's most of them, right? And heavy metals. Heavy metals is the biggest thing here. Like they are putting in like arsenic, lead, like mercury in because obviously when you make it in like an industrial process, you're going to get trace amounts of these heavy metals, right?
It's not even intended to be.
It's not intended, but I think it was actually chocolate that had the highest amount of heavy metals and stuff in it. So you're just like as like a teenager who wants to build muscle, right? You want to get a protein powder because everyone's talking about it, right? Yeah. Everyone's talking about the newest protein powder, or have a little protein shake after your workout. I used to do the same thing as well, but it's just not. It's most of it that you're buying from like down the road, or like some guy in a supplement shop. Like it's just not. It's terrible for you, and actually, it's going to mess up your hormones, mess up your longevity. It's going to like crash your testosterone levels, which is literally the biggest thing you need to grow muscle, grow taller as a kid. Like just terrible. Like
so, you're scrapping whey protein.
Absolutely scrapping it. But the only thing that I take sometimes is I take like organic like whey isolate only in emergencies because I have a very, very clean diet. Like I get like 140, 150 upwards grams of protein a day.
A day?
Yeah, a day.
You're
yeah.
going for it.
And I eat like only organic, well sourced, like grass fed like meats because
like single root. Oh, she said meats, my bad.
Yeah, so like like chicken, beef, like as long as it's sourced well and eggs are like pasture raised and everything, then you can get like incredible quality protein from it, and it's not contaminated with like antibiotics and just like things that will fuck up your hormones, right?
Pre-workout.
Okay, I actually sat an exam that was on caffeine recently.
Okay.
And it wasn't just on caffeine. It was on like a multitude of like stimulants and drugs, right? And caffeine was one that I'm particularly interested, right? I think a lot of the ingredients in pre-workout are great, right? Taurine, citrulline for the nitric oxide production and the pumps, and the vasodilation is great. Yeah. It helps with focus, helps with pumps in the gym, and some of them contain creatine. But then the caffeine dose is so high that it defeats the purpose of working out so hard. Like you are the idea of a pre-workout is you're trying to optimize your gym progress, right? Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously there's some people who are addicted to it, who love caffeine. Right. Yeah. But, that much caffeine is so bad for your sleep. I mean, the half-life of caffeine is like on average like 6 to 8 hours, right?
Crazy.
And my favorite ever book, right, is it's called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Okay.
And,
Why We Sleep.
Yeah, and he's got a big section of it on caffeine and how that kind of lingers in your brain, right? It affects adenosine receptors in your basal ganglia. So
no, go for it. No.
Basically, those adenosine receptors adenosine is what makes you tired, right? So
Adenosine.
So it's actually the same, like it's that building block of ATP as well, adenosine triphosphate, right? But adenosine actually acts as an atypical neurotransmitter. So it has inhibitory effects, so it kind of calms you down, makes you feel tired, and allows the onset of sleep. So caffeine blocks those receptors, stops adenosine from binding to it. Therefore, you can't actually reach that sleep state, very well. And even if you do fall asleep, your sleep quality is significantly impaired. So, and you need deep sleep for growth hormone production, for testosterone, even REM sleep, you need it for testosterone production. Like, everything is just impaired. So, taking that pre-workout, as much as you might enjoy it, is just completely like counterproductive.
That's crazy. Yeah. We had Rion over here. He said he takes a scoop of pre-workout and washes it down. I talked to
him about it before, but like I said, just easy on the caffeine. Like, to be fair, caffeine, as much as it has like it's got some bad effects, right?
Yeah.
It does actually. There have been some studies that have shown that 2 cups of coffee a day have actually decreased cancer risk.
Really?
Yeah, and increased longevity by quite a lot as well. So I think,
what kind of coffee are we talking about? Are we talking about like,
I don't know what
straight espressos, or are we talking like, because people throw a lot in there, they put sweeteners, they put in milk.
A lot of it's down to, there's quite a lot of polyphenols, antioxidants and flavonoids that are great for your health, like staving off oxidative stress and cancers, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it comes from that. But maybe there's something in the caffeine which we haven't discovered yet that actually can counteract that aging process, and who knows? But I avoid it at all costs, just because I
avoid coffee?
Not at all. Zero.
Wow.
No caffeine at all. The only tea that I'll drink is chamomile before bed.
Oh yeah, very nice tea.
Yeah. Oh,
so good.
Oh, I have the same one. Yeah, so nice.
The yellow flower on it.
Yeah, the yellow flower. Yeah.
Very nice drink.
It's nice. Delicious.
Oxy Shred. I know it's a bit of a pre-workout.
I've not heard of that.
You know what it is? It's from EHP Labs. They do a drink called Oxy Shred. It is a bit of a pre-workout, minus the jitters.
Yeah.
So when you say, obviously, have you ever taken pre-workout before?
I've taken it. I actually got heart palpitations from it as well.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I took so much of it when I was like 15. I had to wear a heart monitor at school for like a whole week. And people were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
So how you were laughing, but this is mad.
I had like at the sixth form cafe, they had like these like cappuccinos, and I was getting them quite a lot actually.
You're just pumping them in.
And then I just had like before the gym, like I had a pre-workout, and I couldn't sleep for like a whole night after that.
Bro, your body, if your body's tasting that for the first time, it's been like, what the fuck?
My heart was just pouncing.
Yeah, it must have been.
It was causing my pecs to bounce. it was that bad. Like my pec was just.
Oh shit!
It's a bit. You could do that as well, no?
Yeah, I could do that, but like you do shit. I'm meant to do mine now. No. Yeah, I gotta flex that shit. Come on, man. You know what's going on. No, I was gonna say there was one more supplement I wanted to touch upon. Oh, don't leave me now.
I think a lot of obviously SARMs, steroids are all terrible. Like I wrote my it's like a mini like tiny dissertation that you write in sixth form, right? It counts for half an A level. I did that in sixth form, and I wrote it about anabolic steroids and whether they should be legalized, and how if they can be used safely, right? And
Can they? No. Steroids can't be.
No, unless you're taking like mild TRT. So like, I don't know if you know Brian Johnson.
Yeah,
you know Brian Johnson.
Wow.
I could talk about him for days.
Really?
I love the guy. I want to become. My quest, like a new kind of motivation I've had recently, is that I want to become like a younger version of Brian Johnson. So
It's a big tall order.
yeah, so I feel like no one started to do what his amazing protocol and everything. No one started to do that at like 20 years old.
Yeah, but
I wonder what kind of impact that could have. Like,
yeah, I mean, but like, how old is he now?
I think he's like touching 50. I think.
Yeah. What's your opinion on steroids?
I mean, steroids are pretty terrible. Like,
Have you ever taken steroids?
no, never. No. I probably won't ever.
No.
I definitely won't. No.
Go on, give me your opinions on steroids. Like,
Well, basically, you have your own like natural endogenous testosterone production, right?
Yeah.
And you need that to like function as a man.
Of course.
Like, you need it to have sex. You need it to have motivation.
it's what makes you a man.
Exactly, and even women need testosterone as well.
Yeah.
Less to an extent, right? But they need it.
Mm-hmm.
They so basically, when you take testosterone exogenously, so like synthetic derivatives of testosterone, that's basically what steroids are, right?
Is it?
So
It's like trenbolone.
yeah, trenbolone
TRTs.
are all basically like synthetically like lab derived like versions of the testosterone molecule.
Okay.
To make it like they all have like sort of different kind of some of them are more like lean, some of them are more like bulky, like Dianabol, for example, and they're quite they all have like one big side effect, and that's your natural testosterone production is absolutely gone afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Basically, you have something called the hypothalamic pituitary HPT. I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
You have something called the HPTA axis, and that's your hypothalamus, your pituitary gland, and your testes. Right. So they all communicate using various hormones like gonadotropin-releasing hormones, stuff like that. And basically, what happens is when you have a high concentration, like blood concentration of testosterone from these steroids, your body is just like,
You don't need any.
you don't need to produce it. So your signaling to your testes is like just starts dampening, and it's called negative feedback, right? So yeah,
You're going. Sorry, go on.
it's terrible. Like when bodybuilders come off it, they feel like shit,
As they would.
absolute shit. Like they rely on TRT after that for the rest of their life, most of them.
And these cycles as well, like they go on for. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're, let's say you're training the bodybuilder, and he's on steroids.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about him. What would be the max amount of time you should spend on a cycle before coming off?
I'm not an expert on like doses and cycling, but I can probably. You don't want to be on it for too long, right?
No.
Even having too much testosterone in your body can actually. Recent studies have shown that you basically have these things called telomeres in your chromosomes, right? And the length of your telomeres are basically an indication of how many cell divisions you have left and how when you're going to die, right?
Basically, yeah.
So just having crazy amounts of testosterone can actually reduce the telomere length.
I mean, you see, there's so many. There was a bodybuilder that died the other day when Moses came on. There was one.
Joe Stetics. Joe Linda, yeah.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of his. Like, I thought.
Obviously, no one knows how he passed away.
I think it was an aneurysm, brain aneurysm.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think I would? Obviously, again, the thing
I
is,
don't know if it was steroid related though.
but the thing is, with these guys that take steroids, they're also taking other drugs, aren't they? I mean, I
Yeah.
saw a video of Larry Wills. Larry Wills said he took crack. On my life, bro. Larry Wills said, I've taken every drug. I've taken crack. I've taken meth. I've taken ket.
Oh, meth is terrible.
I'm like, brother, how are you even saying this? But obviously, you've seen Larry Wills. Larry Wills is built like a human elephant. He's just insane. You know what I mean?
His strength is incredible as well.
But he's been on steroids as well. And it's like, how can you mix steroids and all these hard drugs?
Yeah.
What do you think is the worst recreational drug out right now?
I would say heroin, MDMA, and just regular amphetamine.
What's it?
Amphetamine.
What's amphetamine?
Amphetamine. So basically,
Is it tablet?
it's like so for example, MDMA.
Yeah,
right?
Mandy.
Yeah, yeah. So that's like a derived version of that. What was it, like 3,4? I had like an exam on it the other day.
Yeah.
3,4 methylene dioxymethyl methamphetamine, right?
Them crystals.
Pretty much. And they have like happy faces on them. And the reason is because they basically blocks the reuptake of serotonin into your presynaptic neuron. So you just get like a fuckload of serotonin in your body.
You're just mad happy.
And you're just insanely happy.
You should go around telling everyone, I love you, I love you, I love you. I haven't taken it, by the way, guys. It's just
that's good.
I've just seen, I've observed.
No, my friends have been telling me about it. And it's really bad. Like you can, like, it's genuinely like, it's sad to see people who are like going down these like rabbit holes and just getting so addicted. They all work by the same like addiction pathway as well.
Yeah.
Like so they all increase dopamine in the ventral tegmental area, which projects to like the addiction center, nucleus accumbens, which basically like causes you to like crave that feeling of like reward, just like instead of like relying on life, general happiness and things that are going well in your life, and funny things on a night out. You're relying on just that
one drug. I'm just thinking about. You mentioned heroin.
I don't know much about heroin,
but you said is one of them.
It is one of the worst. Yeah.
100%. Why'd you put that on the list as well?
I forgot how it works. I had an exam on it.
It was nasty. And then the other one you mentioned was amphetamine.
Amphetamine. Yeah, it's similar to MDMA, but it blocks. It's MDMA is more specifically the SERT channel, the serotonin reuptake, whereas amphetamine is more like dopamine, noradrenaline, and serotonin.
How negative is THC?
So THC basically and CBD are like the two parts of cannabis, right? THC, delta 9 tetrahydroxycannabinol, right, is basically the psychoactive part of like marijuana, right? Cannabis. You have this system in your body called the endocannabinoid system, and that's basically like you have like these own like cannabis-like molecules in your body which cause it's like one of them I can mention is like 2-AG, 2-arachidonyl glycerol, which causes like the developing of synapses. So basically, those endocannabinoids like are necessary for like forming like new neural connections, and especially in adolescence, like forming like the correct synapses and like brain development. Yeah. So basically, when you take THC, it hijacks that system because it binds to this receptor called CB1 for too long, and it's not the endocannabinoids work in the same way, but they're just quickly broken down by enzymes, whereas THC just sits there on that receptor, and it does way too much of the effects, and it fucks up how the synapses form. You get abnormal synaptogenesis, and it's just in fact so that's actually a form of memory in your body. Yeah, so like, that's
why people that smoke have got memory, haven't they?
No, it's terrible.
What about people that I don't use the word crash out, but
crash out.
but the guys that they smoke their marijuana, they smoke their weed, and they get psychosis. I mean, is that a reason why as well?
Yeah, it is. It's
what is psychosis?
I think psychosis is kind of like the term for. I'm forgetting it from my exam. I literally had an exam on. This is why I can talk about it for days. Yeah. But it is induced by marijuana psychosis, and there's basically like have you heard of magic mushrooms?
Of course. Yeah. Of course. So I'm taking them. I haven't taken magic mushrooms. I don't take drugs. By my fact, I don't take drugs.
Same here. Yeah. But they are like you know what? I wanna talk about it, but I want to get it completely correct. Yeah. And CBD is actually the other part of cannabis, right? And it actually has it's been researched at the moment for benefits of sleep, right?
Yeah, because it really calms the nerves down, doesn't it?
Exactly. Basically, people who like insomniacs who struggle with like sleep onset, and like when your head hits the pillow, right, and you've got like loads of racing thoughts, right? It's kind of CBD, right, can actually calm you down and allow sleep onset. Right? Yeah. I've tried it a couple times.
You tried CBD?
I think it didn't have that much of an effect on me. A little bit, but not that much. So I don't take it.
What about nicotine?
Wow. So nicotine, okay, I could. Right. Like my granddad was a heavy smoker, right? And my dad used to smoke a little bit, mum as well. And I love the smell of cigarettes, but nicotine.
I hate the smell. Sorry.
Really? Why not?
It has a stench, innit?
Yeah, bro, petrol's so nice.
That's why I did my course.
Is it?
In my life. I didn't know what I was gonna do for uni.
How much petrol did you inhale though?
Bare. as in, like, there was one time,
Can't be good.
My mum always let me fill the car for her when we went to the pump, and I always, at the end of it, stuck my nose next to the pump.
Paint, like paint.
Bro, paint.
Petrol,
my free smells: paint, petrol, and Henry Hoover.
Ooh,
Henry Hoover's got a smell. Still, it's got like a warm smell. I don't want to call it mussy because it's not mussy, but it just smells like, it smells almost like dust, but minus the, what's the word? You know how sometimes dust can be over, but if you smell dust, you're gonna cough, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But there's no smell there's no feeling of that. It's just, I don't know, it's like heat and dust.
Yeah,
but it smells so good.
Yeah.
But sorry, we're going back to you said nicotine, didn't you?
Yeah, nicotine has got some interesting benefits, right?
Yeah,
it's basically probably one of the most addictive drugs out there. Right?
I think the only thing that's more addictive than it is heroin.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like basically its benefits are at low doses. So if you take it in moderation, low doses, it can really help with concentration.
Nice.
Because the noradrenaline, right? It just really helps with like, focus, like everything. It acts on acetylcholine receptors, nicotinic receptors, right? And basically, it's a stimulant, but it really, really specifically makes you focus, and it can actually improve memory, and it can
nicotine can improve memory
because I forgot, it's like there's a type of receptor that activates that increases calcium, right? And that basically causes like the formation of memory and long-term potentiation of synapses. So like that's how you learn, you form memory, and you form those neural connections, and it actually enhances that. So there are benefits, right? But also the bad downsides of it is like you can get erectile dysfunction from it.
Madness from
smoking nicotine.
You say nicotine is stopping the
shenanigans. It's stopping the shenanigans.
How do you know boom bang on nicotine, guys? I hope you guys know.
I enjoy it too much to.
Do you take nicotine?
No, I enjoy.
Going back to the fitness industry, bodybuilders, weightlifters, or sorry, let's say powerlifters, calisthenics guys, rank the level of strength between all three.
Big question that.
Yeah.
So I'd say gymnastics comes out on top. Is that one of the ones you mentioned?
I said calisthenics, but if you want to put gymnastics,
I'd say gymnastics comes out on top.
True. So let me phrase it again. Gymnastics, heavyweights, powerlifters.
Right. So gymnastics comes on top. Right?
Yeah.
It's got the biggest variety. So you got the strength from calisthenics. You've got like coordination, flips. You've got pretty much everything, right? And then after that, I'd say maybe bodybuilding or powerlifting. One of them two.
Because bodybuilding. Who do you think is stronger between a bodybuilder and a powerlifter?
Stronger.
The powerlifter, they're doing madnesses.
They're doing.
We saw one of the junior. I forgot his name, but he's just done 215.5 kg bench press.
That's ridiculous.
Bench press, bro.
That's ridiculous.
That's stupid. Yeah. But then obviously with the bodybuilders,
I want to get that one day though.
Oh, have to. You have to. But the bodybuilders, it's just more on the aesthetic side. You don't really get to show your strength.
I do love bodybuilding though. I originally started off training for hypertrophy.
Really?
And now I've actually, because of my shoulder injury, I've shifted my focus to hypertrophy. Because I'm quite a vain guy, right? I want to look in the mirror and be like,
damn. You see your pictures, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Everyone knows a good body is his own reward, isn't it? And anyone that has a good body knows that you have to take a lot of discipline steps to get there.
100%.
I was going to ask you if I was wilding when I said that benching 140 kg for reps is harder than a muscle up.
Oh, bro, muscle up is way easier. Muscle up is way easier.
Yeah.
Benching 140 kg for reps is something that most people cannot achieve.
Woohoo! No, but it's like, it was crazy because I get shamed and I get called a hater every day. They say all these kind of things. It's like, bro, look, I respect the Cali community. Matter of fact, I almost damn near
further away from the mic than I should have been actually. Is that right?
Okay. I damn near admire them, and it's like, they bash us all the time. Can you destroy the current state of gym influencers
and the fitness community
and the fitness community as a whole?
Right. The fitness community on TikTok is just absolutely terrible, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely some good people out there.
Yeah, names?
Jeff Nippard. I love him. But he's not just TikTok, he's YouTube, right?
Yeah.
He it has a biochemistry degree. Right? I respect that. Obviously, I'm doing biochemistry, so I'm a bit biased. You know, I respect that. Like he is intelligent. He understands how like everything is going to impact like your body, your cellular reactions, right? Other people, they'll just take what he said, not understand actually what's going on, and they'll repeat it, and they don't understand it. They'll start promoting things which don't work.
Mad.
And especially with supplements as well, they'll just say like a load of bullshit, and it's just not right.
Not real.
And like a innocent teenager is just gonna look at it and be like, you know,
I want to be like that.
Yeah, I want to be like that. And just because he's got good physique, he's just a fucking fake natty. Like there's so many fake natties out there.
There we go.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What's your views on that as well? The fake natties.
I just think it's terrible.
Why do you think they're lying?
Well, I mean, personally, like if I was on steroids and I was like smaller than people who were like natural,
then
I would be inclined to want to lie about it. Obviously, I wouldn't do either of them. I wouldn't lie and I wouldn't take steroids. But like it's terrible because people are thinking like, you know, this way of training is optimal. Like a fucking bicep curl, where you're like twisting the weight like 10 times because it's fancy. It
just looks good.
Fancy looks good on social media.
That's all it is. Aesthetics. Basically.
Exactly.
If it looks good, that's mean it's doing something, but it's not, is it?
Exactly. Like I see a bunch of exercises in the gym. People are just like they're moving the weight from here to here. It's like you do realize gravity is coming from downwards. So if you're holding a fucking dumbbell here, what do you think this is gonna do? Like it's not gonna do shit. You're just holding it. You're holding it with your front delt. Like your chest is doing nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. So all these like influencers are just, you know, taking like the little that they know and their clout and using it to just get money and to sell these stupid courses for absolutely ridiculous amounts of money and scamming individuals to, you know, getting a good physique, but with terrible information.
Terrible information. Would you say to have a course online, you have to be qualified?
I would say to have a course online, you don't have to be qualified, but I'd say that people who are wanting to buy courses online, right? They should look for people who are qualified and have some sort of academic knowledge in this, somewhat related to the subject, right? You don't need a degree, right? But if you have an understanding of the subject where you can talk about it, you know it on a deep level, and you've been doing it for a while, you can then like new theories can come to you, and you can actually understand what's going on. Whereas if you talk to some fitness influencer like V-Shred, right? He's just copying other people, right?
Nah.
No offense to the guy, but like...
I'll call him out, man.
He's just copying other people, bro.
Yeah.
And like, you know the looks maxing community?
No, what's that?
You know... Yeah.
When it was to get their jawline,
So mewing actually does work.
Okay.
Mewing does work. There's a lot of like other techniques though, like that people are just like, I don't know if you know Baby Stickley.
No.
Right? He's like promoting all these like, you know, like if you pull your ears back, your face will look better. If you like squint your eyes like really aggressively, you'll look more hunter and like aggressive. Like that's not gonna do shit.
No.
Like your bone structure is there, right?
It's never gonna change, is it?
You can train your face to look more, you know, tight and more like you can have more collagen production. You can actually make yourself. You can glow up, right? It's okay. You can do that, right? But if you're like selling a course to people and you have no knowledge and you're just copying people, like it's actually sinful. Like it's actually sinful.
Lying.
Yeah. And it's something like that, a couple £1,000 as well. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah. It's terrible.
This is a vain question I have to ask, but do you think Ashton Hall is natty?
Ooh, I don't know.
No?
Oh, Ashton Hall?
Ashton Hall.
Oh, he's not natty, no.
No?
I don't think so. Natty.
No chance.
No chance. Have you seen his shoulders? The traps and the shoulders have the most androgen receptors, right? So if someone takes steroids, their traps and shoulders get absolutely fucking enormous.
They're enormous, wouldn't they?
So if you look at Ashton Hall, right, his physique is incredible, right? Just because I think he's on steroids, right? He's definitely on steroids. Just because he's on steroids just doesn't mean that his physique is not incredibly impressive.
It's insane.
I really admire him. I think that his content's great.
Funny.
It's really funny. It's like good ASMR, like it's entertaining. Like and like his lifestyle is incredible and aspirational.
Yeah.
But you know, like
Because he's come out saying I'm fully lifetime.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe that, bro.
No?
How tall is he?
5'10", if I'm correct. 5'10" or 5'9". Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if he's below 5'6", maybe.
Nah, he's not 5'6". He's like around that height there.
The fat people who are like, you know, coming on here and speaking about body positivity, right? It's body negativity.
There we go. Go on, talk that shit. Let me hear it.
Yeah, literally, they're talking about health. They're talking about like a lifestyle, right? And they're glorifying it, and it's just that's the wrong way to do it. Like you can't say, oh, a bit of balance in your life is good. Let me have 10 fucking packs of crisps. Like what the hell is wrong with you? Like how is it balanced to have 10 packs of processed crisps with seed oils and shit that's like not even just going to make you fat, it's cancerous.
Yeah.
And you're going to promote that onto like little like teenagers and stuff who
make them feel like it's okay.
Don't know any better. Make it feel like it's okay. So when they walk past the corner shop, they're like,
yeah, I'm going to have some of that.
I'll get some crisps because you know what? Fat women. I want to become a fat woman. Because I saw a Victoria's Secret model who was fat. Yeah. And now I want to look like her.
But I mean, it's crazy though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, they don't even talk about the unhealthy side of it.
Exactly.
They don't talk about, listen, you know, you can actually have high blood pressure from this.
Yeah. I really think that how you look as a man, especially, and a woman, like really reflects who you are as a person, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, listen, that there, I need that. Even if you send it to me personally so I can watch it or set as an alarm, that is in a clip. No, but it's true though, because you know, oh, thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Because we always talk about, obviously, I mean, we've been bashed for body shaming, not body shaming, but just talking about.
What, in the podcast?
Oh my God. So could you be with a girl that does more weights than you in the gym?
I feel like if they did more weight than me, then they would be very muscular. And that's personally not my type, right? I like a feminine looking girl. I feel like, you know, if they make more money than you, if they're more successful than you, then, you know, whatever, right? As long as I know that I'm successful and I've done what I can, then I'm not gonna, my masculinity is not, you know, so fragile.
It's not gonna cripple, no.
Exactly. That if a girl earns more money than me, I'm not gonna be with her, right? Yeah. Or if she's incredibly talented, more talented than me at something, I'm not gonna not be with her. But if she's benching more than me, then probably not, because she's probably got too much muscle. Yeah.
Jacob, thank you so much, honestly, for pulling up today, man. We do appreciate it, man, so much, bro. Appreciate it. I mean, this has been the Pain Talks podcast. Hey, like and subscribe, baby.